Hi, it's Chris again, and welcome to my first movie review of 2014. So this movie is The Lone Survivor. The Lone Survivor is directed by Peter Berg and stars Mark Wahlberg, Taylor Kitsch, Emile Hirsch, and Bana. Last year, Peter Berg directed Battleship. Yeah, Battleship. This movie is a lot better than Battleship. What Peter Berg was going for in Battleship was kind of honoring those who serve, which I don't think he really did with over-the-top and ridiculous action. But in this movie, he definitely shows he has respect for those who serve this country. The main star of this movie is Mark Wahlberg. In recent years, Mark Wahlberg has been in more comical roles, such as in Ted and in The Other Guys in recent years. But with this movie, he moves back into more dramatic roles. This movie has a lot better action than Peter Berg's last film. And by better action, I mean more realistic and more gritty action. Not this over-the-top Michael Bay explosions everywhere type. No, this movie had the action that really put the audience inside the movie. This movie, in my opinion, is one of the best movies about combat in Afghanistan in recent years. And not only that, it's one of the best war movies released in recent years. This movie is based on the book of the same title that tells this story of 4 Navy SEALs who are tasked with a mission to take out a Taliban commander, and they are faced with this one dilemma. They run into dozens of Taliban, and 4 soldiers against several dozens of Taliban does not go down well. All the actors give great performances to show the relationship between all the SEALs and how they are like brothers to each other, and which really allows the audience to feel for these characters when bad things happen to them. There are several scenes, like one of them was in the trailer, where the SEALs are falling down a cliff, and in most action movies, they would make the fall look graceful, and then they just do one roll and then just easily get up with a couple scrapes. No, in this movie, they hit everything on the way down. They hit rocks, trees, anything, and the falls aren't graceful at all. They're like how a normal human would fall. If I would use one description to describe this movie, it's painful to watch, and it can make anyone respect what anyone in any branch of the military is doing. This also has great makeup. I mean, in most other action movies, the main characters usually get shot once or twice, and whenever they have scrapes on their face, it's just like a little scrape on their lip or something, or on their face, just one wound or whatever. And in this movie, their entire faces are covered for a majority of the movie. They're just covered in cuts and bruises, and they get shot several times. In other action movies, the bad guys would just shoot and they'd miss. And this is actually more realistic of how an engagement between US and Taliban would have gone down. Some people may say like, oh, this is just American propaganda, but this movie also shows how people in Afghanistan react to to what's going on with the Taliban. Not everyone in Afghanistan is for the Taliban or wants to support the Taliban. Now, this is a great movie, and I definitely suggest you see this movie. As of right now, there are not a lot of good movies out, so if you see a movie right now, definitely see Lone Survivor. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this movie a 9 out of 10. It may seem a little bit high for this movie, but I really enjoyed this movie, and I think it's one of the best war movies in recent years. And once again, thank you for watching. This is my opinion about the movie, so if you have seen the movie, leave your opinion below, and I want to know if you're planning to see this movie now.